Welcome to St. Joseph's College of Quezon City, a Filipino Catholic educational institution that pursues integral human formation for social transformation. Thank you for entrusting your child's education into our hands. It is with the caring and nurturing Josephine culture that we will provide educational experiences to empower each learner to become an agent of change. We warmly welcome you to a new school year. With all the challenges that we are facing, let us all together bring new hope for our ideals and aspirations in building a brighter future for our children. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the orientation for parents for school year 2020-2021.
Good morning, everyone. I am Clifford Esteban, the principal of the Basic Education Department of St. Joseph's College. Today, we are going to walk you through our distance learning program for next school year. Makakasama natin ngayong umaga ang mga BEd Council members. Allow me to introduce them to you. Our subject area coordinators are as follows. Sister Rosalind Suico, SFIC for Christian Formation and Campus Ministry. Miss Jean Victoria Malenab for Communication Arts, which includes Filipino, Mother Tongue, Reading, Language, and English. Miss Cecilia Talens for Science, Technology, and Mathematics or STEM, and Miss Eusebia Cecilia Gayeta for Araling Pangkatauhan, which includes Araling Panlipunan, Music, Arts, Physical Education and Health or MAPE, Edukasyong Pantahanan at Pangkabuhayan or EPP, and Technology and Livelihood Education or TLE. Our EdTech Coordinator is Mr. Sherwin Remorin. Our Help Desk Officer is Miss Susana de la Cruz, and our School Counselor is Sister Eden Benavides, SFIC. The distance learning program of the Basic Education Department of St. Joseph's College is known as the SJC-BEd Linked. Linked is short for Learning Innovations. The BEd Linked is our innovative way of responding to the present-day challenges caused by the coronavirus pandemic, which has caused major disruptions in the way we teach and the way our students learn. Sa gitna ng mga pagsubok na ating nararanasan sa kasalukuyan, patuloy pa rin ang aming pagpupunyagi na makapagbigay ng dekalidad na edukasyon sa pamamagitan ng alternatibo at iba't ibang pamamaraan. The SJC-BEd Linked aims to provide the best alternative educational experiences students can possibly get under different and difficult circumstances. Pinagbubuklod ng SJC-BEd Link ang mga mag-aaral, guro at mga magulang bilang isang pamayanang sama-samang nagsusumikap, nag-aaral at tumutugon sa mga hamon sa kasalukuyang panahon. Pinag-uugnay sila sa pamamagitan ng iba't ibang makabagong teknolohiya gamit ang computer, internet at iba't ibang computer applications. Ang SJC-BEd Link ay naiiba o namumukod tangi. It is content-rich and engaging as it provides students access to a wealth of print and non-print learning resources and educational experiences. Halimbawa ng printed resources ay ang mga textbook at mga worksheet, samantalang ang mga halimbawa naman ng non-print material ay ang mga videos na likha ng mga guro o mga YouTube videos, podcasts at mga links sa piling-pili at iba't ibang educational websites. The SJC-BEd Link is flexible and personalized as it allows students to learn at their own pace, anytime, anywhere. Itinuturing itong flexible dahil maaaring matuto ang mga mag-aaral kahit anong oras at kahit saang lugar dahil ang mga learning materials ay maaaring makita o mabuksan gamit ang computer at internet. Ito rin ay mas personalized dahil higit na mas maliit ang bilang ng mga mag-aaral na tuturuan ng mga guro sa isang takdang oras. The SJC-BEd Link is also collaborative as it reinforces the strong partnership and cooperation between the school and the home in educating the child. Bagamat lahat ay nakakapanibago at natitiyak kong lahat ay maninibago, ang pagtutulungan ng mga guro at mga magulang o ng paaralan at tahanan ay ang susi sa ikatatagumpay ng ating distance learning program. There should be a mind shift. Ang pagkatuto sa mga panahong ito ay hindi kompetisyon ng mga mag-aaral upang malaman kung sino ang higit na marunong. Dapat itong ituring bilang isang uri ng bayanihan, isang pagtutulungan upang matiyak na ang lahat ay matututo.
Kapayapaan at pawang kabutihan po sa inyong lahat na nanonood ngayon dito sa ating online orientation. Ako po si Binibining Susana de la Cruz, ang Help Desk Officer ng SJC Basic Education Department. Tatlong bagay po ang aking tatalakayin. Ang learning modality at learning management system na ating gagamitin sa pagbabahagi ng kaalaman at ang mga learning tasks na isagagawa ng mga estudyante. St. Joseph's College puts the safety of their students, teachers, and other stakeholders first and foremost. It is for this reason that we are adopting the distance learning modality of instruction. Ang distance learning modality ay kung saan hindi pisikal na magkasama o magkaharap ang guro at estudyante. Sa makatuwid, wala po tayong face-to-face interaction sa buong taon. Hindi po kinakailangang pumasok ang mga estudyante sa school. Through the distance learning delivery modality, the students will learn within the comforts and safety of their own homes. Using educational technologies, the teacher will facilitate the learning process remotely. Saan po papasok ang role ng magulang? Mahalaga po ang tungkuling gagampanan ng mga magulang o responsableng nakatatanda dahil sila ang magsusupervise sa estudyante sa kanyang mga gawaing pampaaralan o learning activities. Ang learning tasks ng mga estudyante ay kombinasyon ng synchronous at asynchronous activities. Ano ang ibig sabihin ng synchronous at asynchronous? Synchronous comes from the word synchronicity, which means doing something at the same time. Applying this concept to education, synchronous learning refers to an event in which the teacher and the students are engaged in learning at the same time. Dahil wala po tayong face-to-face interaction between the teacher and the students, magkakaroon po tayo ng virtual classroom. The teacher and the students will meet at the same online environment on a fixed schedule where they can interact. What is good about this synchronous learning is that this will allow the students to ask questions and teachers to answer the questions instantly. Through synchronous learning activities, there will be a real-time exchange of knowledge between the teacher and the students. The teacher will help the students process their learning and give immediate feedback. Ang mga halimbawa po ng synchronous activities ay live-streamed lectures and demonstrations, video conferences, live chats, and live assessments. On the other hand, ang asynchronous learning ay kabaliktaran ng synchronous learning. Ito ay ginagawa ng walang real-time interaction. The teacher will provide materials for reading, lectures for viewing, assignments for completing, quizzes, exams, and performance tasks for assessment of learning. The students can access and accomplish these requirements at their own pace within a flexible time frame. Asynchronous activities may be online or offline. Online tasks include accessing web pages and multimedia files, answering online quizzes, and participating in discussion boards. Offline tasks include assigned textbook readings and worksheet activities. Learning tasks are designed to be varied, grade level appropriate, and time-bound. They are aimed at developing creative and critical thinking, communication skills, and collaboration among the students. The official Learning Management System, or LMS, of the Basic Education Department of St. Joseph's College is Google Classroom. It serves as a learning hub where teachers organize and conduct lessons, share study guides, upload digital resources, conduct online assessments, and post announcements. The students will be provided a class code to join the online classes. Class codes are 6 to 7 characters that use letters and numbers. The students and teachers will be given an orientation on the use of the Google Classroom. In a nutshell, there are basic terms that I would like you to remember about the St. Joseph's College Basic Education Department's learning modality for school year 2020-2021. 1. Distance learning. 2. Synchronous learning. 3. Asynchronous learning. 4. Google Classroom. 5. Online tasks. And 6. Offline tasks. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Maraming salamat po sa inyong pakikinig. Patnubayan po kayo ng ating mahal na Panginoong Diyos.
Magandang umaga. Ako po si Miss Cecilia Talens. This time, I will discuss the class grouping. Ang kagandahan po rito sa ating paaralan ay gagawin po nating personalize ang pagtuturo. Each class will be divided into smaller groups of 10 to 15 students for virtual real-time meetings. Ano po ba ang ibig sabihin nito? Halimbawa po, ang isang klase ay mayroong 30 mag-aaral, hahatiin po natin sila sa 3 pangkat. Ang bawat pangkat ay mayroong 10 mag-aaral. Tatawagin po natin silang Group A, Group B, at Group C. Ito po ang magiging permanente nilang pangkat para sa buong taon. For the class schedule, each class meets through video conference once a week for 30 minutes scheduled by shifts. Attendance must be checked and recorded. Paano naman po ito gagawin? Para lalo po natin maintindihan ang class schedule, ito po yung halimbawa. Ito po ang magaganap sa loob ng Google Classroom, habang ang Group A ay nakikipag-video conference sa kanilang guro. Ang Group B at Group C naman po ay mayroong ginagawang online or offline activities. Pagkatapos ng 30 minuto, Group A will leave the Google Classroom. Ngayon, ang Group B naman po ang papasok sa Google Classroom at dito naman po magaganap ang pagkikipag-video conference nila sa kanilang guro na magtatagal din po ng 30 minuto. Habang ang Group A at Group C ay mayroong ginagawang online or offline activities. Pagkatapos ng 30 minuto, Group B will leave the Google Classroom at ang Group C naman po ang papasok sa Google Classroom at dito naman po magaganap ang pakikipag-video conference nila sa kanilang guro. Habang ang Group B at Group C naman po ay abala sa online or offline activities na pinapagawa ng guro. Recess time is from 9:30 to 10 a.m. Lunch time is from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. Mula 1:00 naman po ng hapon hanggang 3:00 ang kanilang asynchronous activities. Paalala lamang po, lahat po ng mga estudyante ay inaasahan pong sumali sa daily real-time meetings. Asynchronous activities may be done by the students at their own pace, ideally between 8 in the morning and 3 in the afternoon. Enrichment and remediation may also be done by the teacher during this period. Thank you very much.
Maalab na pagbati, mahal naming mga magulang. Umaasa kami na kayo ay nasa mabuting kalagayan at kalusugan palagi. Ang akin namang tatalakayin ay ang mga kakailanganing gamit para sa pagpapatupad ng programang distance learning. Ang pinakaunang pangangailangan na tutugunan ninyong mga magulang ay computer. Maaari itong laptop, tablet, o desktop na may webcam at mikropono. At syempre po, kailangan ng internet na may matatag na koneksyon. Gagawa din ng sariling email account para sa distance learning ang bawat mag-aaral. The non-print materials like the pre-recorded instructional videos of teachers, slide presentations, link to web resources, including YouTube videos and podcasts, are uploaded in the learning management system. Ang mga mag-aaral ay gagamit din ng aklat bilang sanggunian sa mga asignaturang Christian Formation, Filipino, English, Math, Science at Araling Panlipunan. Ang mga ito ay mabibili sa ating bookstore sa buwan ng Agosto. Pagyayamanin pa ang kaalaman at kasanayan ng mga mag-aaral sa tulong ng mga worksheets na makukuha sa tuwing umpisa ng bawat semestre. Ang mga ito ay kasama sa offline tasks na kanilang kukumpletohin sa itinakdang panahon.
Good day, peace and all good. Ako po si Ginoong Sherwin Remorin, ang EdTech Coordinator para sa taong ito. Una sa lahat, Maraming salamat po sa patuloy na pagpili sa St. Joseph's College of Quezon City bilang inyong katuwang at kaagapay sa pagpapalaki at pangangaral sa inyong mga anak. Mga minamahal naming mga magulang, naiintindihan naming may mga pagsubok tayong kailangang harapin para maitawid ang pag-aaral ng ating mga anak sa bagong sitwasyong ating kinaharap. Ang bagong panahon ay may bago ring mga hamon na nangangailangan ng bagong pananaw upang ito'y ating masakyan. Ngayon ay aking tatalakayin ang assessment at grading system na ating gagamitin ngayong taon. With the shift in the mode of delivery of instruction, St. Joseph's College of Quezon City will adopt a new grading system that is subject to DepEd regulations. Sa laki ng biglaang pagbabago sa sistema ng edukasyon sa Pilipinas, ating gagamitin ang ilalabas na grading system ng Kagawaran ng Edukasyon o DepEd bilang batayan at gabay upang mas maayos at mas malinaw naming maipahatid sa inyo at sa inyong mga anak ang antas ng kanilang pagkatuto. The nature and scope of the activities that will be intended for assessing student performance are similar to those that are employed in a traditional classroom. However, they greatly differ in the manner they are administered. Ito ay dahil na rin sa limitasyon na dulot ng ating sitwasyon. Ngayon ay mas mapapalawig ang pakikipag-ugnayan ng mga magulang sa mga guro at sa iba pang mga magulang upang maalalayan, babantayan, at hayaang makatuklas ang ating mga mag-aaral. This time, monitoring of student progress will be a shared responsibility between parents, guardians, and teachers. These activities will promote independent learning dahil sa mga gawaing pwede nilang gawin sa sarili nilang oras at bilis, while encouraging collaboration between students, parents, and teachers. Magkakaroon pa rin tayo ng dalawang klasifikasyon ng mga gawain, katulad ng dati. Ang mga ito ay ang formative at summative assessments. Formative assessments are purposeful activities that are given to students before and during instruction, intended to monitor learning as well as to provide immediate and actionable feedback for the improvement of teaching. These are designed and curated to help students attain desired learning objectives. These activities include, but are not limited to, diagnostic tests, sitworks, drills, written activities, and other assignments. Ang isa pang klasifikasyon ay ang summative assessment. These are activities employed in order to evaluate student performance after a chapter or unit of study. Such activities focus on measuring the level of proficiency and level of attainment of the learning competencies. Ang mga gawaing ito ay ang isa sa mga malalaking basehan ng magiging grado ng inyong mga anak. Ang mga halimbawa ng summative assessment activities ay ang mga long tests, quizzes, performance tasks, portfolio assessment, term papers, experiments, at iba pa. Student performance will be reported at the end of each trimester. Letter grades will be used to report the level of proficiency of student performance in each subject area. The assessment and grading system to be used this school year is meant to improve teaching and learning and to maintain the quality of education that St. Joseph's College of Quezon City is known for, despite the challenges posed by the current circumstances. Thank you.
As a Catholic school, all learning experiences have some connection to issues of faith, values, and morality. whether learning deals directly with the gospel itself or relates to the students' understanding of gospel values. The students' learning experiences reflect not only an academic view of the world, but one that teaches them to embrace all people and all things that are part of God's creation. It is always the primary goal of the school to educate both the hearts and the minds of the students, leading to the development of the whole individual. Dahil tayo'y nasa mahirap na sitwasyon ngayon ng pandemya, lahat ng ating mga gawain sa CF, katulad sa ibang mga asignatura, ay gagawin din sa pamamagitan ng online. Sisimulan natin ang isang linggong pag-aaral sa isang munting panalangin upang magabayan tayo sa anumang ating mga adhikain. Sa mga di pangkaraniwang mga okasyon, tayo'y magsasagawa ng live streaming na misa at sisikapin nating maisakatuparan ang ating planong online recollection sa bawat klase.
Magandang umaga po. Ako po si Sister Eden Benavides, SFIC, ang inyong school counselor para sa taong ito. Ang nangyayari sa kasalukuyan ay nagpabago sa kung paano tayo makisalamuha at mamuhay. Ito ay may malaking epekto sa ating pag-iisip, pakiramdam at pagkatao. Dulot nito, ang ating mga anak ay nangangailangang makasabay sa mga biglaang pagbabago upang sila ay patuloy na magkaroon ng sigla at galak sa pag-aaral at pakikipagkapwa. Ngayong araw, aking tatalakayin ang ilang programa ng ating paaralan para dito. The school is very much concerned with the psychosocial well-being of our students. As your school counselor, I am readily available for consultations, especially on matters related to your child's well-being, routine interviews, and make referrals to clinical mental experts that you can consult if necessary. This year, we ask you to work with us and let us make the psychosocial well-being of your child a shared priority. Here are some tips that you may do at home to help them. Get ready together. This will make them feel supported. Establish a structure together. Discuss with them their daily routine, making them realize that to follow rules and procedures will help them develop responsible freedom. Have regular check-ins. At the end of the day, have conversation with your child about his or her experience. This will make them feel loved and attended to. Plan ahead with your child. This will increase their productivity since priorities are identified and carried out within a time frame. Remind your child to stay at home. This will protect them. Ang mga ito ay maaring gawin upang mapunan ang iba pang mga programang gagawin ng paaralan para sa ating mga mag-aaral.
A help desk personnel is available in school and online to attend to questions about pertinent school matters. Appointment with teachers and other school personnel may be done through the school's help desk. Different resources will also be available to assist students and parents in navigating their way through the SJC-BEd link. To ensure that no one is left behind, the school will provide services to students who need personalized academic support. The program includes tutorial, aims to provide one-to-one academic assistance for a student to get back on track after an academic gap and to help improve the student's academic performance and achievement. It is also aimed at inculcating to students a healthy regard for self-study, discipline, and confidence. It is held in 20 sessions at 1 hour per session. Remedial provides opportunities for students to master competencies in a certain subject. 5 to 10 students may be accommodated in a remedial class upon the recommendation of subject teachers. Individualized bilingual instruction assists non-Filipino speaking students by developing their confidence in Filipino while helping them master content skills in Araling Panlipunan. Special class is offered to students who studied abroad and are required to take Filipino and Araling Panlipunan as requisites for the Philippine curriculum. It is aimed at familiarizing the student with Philippine history, culture, and literature. The duration of the program is 72 hours. All sessions for the SUP may be done online, in school, or a combination of both depending on the needs of the students.
Student welfare relates to all activities that a school undertakes in order to provide for the well-being of our students. To create a caring and nurturing environment where students can learn and develop self-discipline, the collaborative effort between the school and home is needed. Online behavior will be monitored by the parents and teachers. A serious misconduct that will be incurred by a student will be dealt with in accordance with the policies in the student handbook.
Good morning, peace and all good. I am Jean Malena, the coordinator of Communication Arts. Dear parents, our school would like to assure you that as we move to a new normal in educating your child, we, the SJC faculty and staff, will do our best to support you on this online learning, which we will be providing our students. We know that you have a lot of apprehensions anchored on the fear that parents will do the teaching. Be our partners, and as such, we really have to work even closer together so that we will all be able to achieve the best out of the present situation. So what are your roles as parents or guardians in the online learning of your child? Sigurado akong sa mga bagay na ilalahad ko ay dati na ninyong ginagawa. Ngunit dapat nating tandaan na marami pang pagtutuunan ng mas maigting na pansin kaysa sa dati na nating ginagawa dahil sa tinatawag na new normal setting. First among these roles is to further develop your child's study habits. You and your child must agree on house rules which you have to consistently implement throughout the school year. Example of which is the schedule for doing the asynchronous activities. Another is staying focused on their synchronous or online classes. Dahil ang mga bata sa panahong ito ay sanay sa multitasking, dapat natin silang paalalahanan na ang online learning ay mas nangangailangan ng kanilang focus at partisipasyon sa leksyon. Parents must provide a conducive learning space at home that will serve as your child's permanent learning space. Your child will be needing a table, a chair, and an electrical outlet for charging the gadget. The learning area should be well lighted, well ventilated, comfortable, and there should be enough space for the gadget and writing materials, which should be within reach to avoid wasted time looking for them when needed. Emphasize to your child the consequences of non-compliance to school requirements. Dapat maging malinaw sa ating mga anak na kailangan nilang magsumiti ng mga requirements upang malaman ng guro kung natutunan ng ating anak ang mga bagay na naituro sa kanya O kung mas kailangan pang pagtuunan ng pansin ng guro ang mga bagay kung saan nahihirapan ang bata. So always check if your child has completed his or her requirements. Advise your child to take down notes on the information presented. Taking notes helps the student to concentrate and listen effectively. Another thing that you have to continue working on is to help your child to further develop proper values. It is important to stress the virtues of responsibility, accountability, cooperation, independence, and self-discipline. Also, your child must always be reminded of what is acceptable and not acceptable when it comes to online interaction. Example of which is the use of words or actions that are not pleasant. See to it that the learner will be the one to accomplish his or her academic works. Kung minsan, dahil sa kagustuhan natin na matapos agad ang requirements ng mga anak natin o sa kagustuhan natin na mataas na marka ang makuha nila, ay tayo na mismo ang gumagawa ng mga requirements nila. Always remember that you are not helping your child if you will be the one to do the school works assigned to him or to her. You are there to assist and guide. Let them be the one to explore and come up with their own solutions to situations presented to them. Set restrictions in the opening of sites with contents that are not consistent with our set of values. We must remember that even the online games they play and the videos they watch have great impact on their values. Remind your child that he or she should not have sideline chats with classmates when the teacher is speaking. Third, you have to provide learning support. Parents remain to be the first teachers of the students. You should also act as a cheerleader when your child stumbles on difficulties. When doing school works at home, you can help your child by unlocking difficult terms, giving added explanation when needed, clarifying instructions, and executing teaching of reading for beginning readers. Did you know that the joy of this learning support is the fact that we as parents also continue learning new things? Fourth, make provisions for logistical support. Provide the necessary learning materials and equipment. Assist your child in opening the device when necessary. Refer your child to other resources when needed. Act as technician, troubleshooter when equipment breaks down. The fifth, and the role of the parents, ensure home-school collaboration. Regularly communicate with the teachers regarding your child's performance. Ask teachers for tips on helping your child with a lesson that the child is having difficulty with. Update yourself with school announcements. Now, going to the usual concerns of the parents. Parents usually would ask, what if both parents are working? Well, while we are in this pandemic situation, the family will really have to make a lot of adjustments. With a lot of things that are going on, the school cannot do it alone. Everybody from all walks of life needs to do a lot of adjustments in order to survive in this unfortunate time. The class schedule offers flexibility so that you can guide your child during your available time or in your most convenient time, except of course if you are not available during the synchronous or live sessions. Second concern, do I have to supervise my child the whole day? For the PK to grade 3, since they are still very young, the parents will really have to start building or instilling to these young people the sense of independence and responsibility, so that even if your child is left with a guardian or yaya, your child will be able to get through with the online lessons or activities. So once you have instilled the sense of independence and responsibility to your child, in a few weeks' time, your child will be able to independently navigate his or her own learning. Becoming successful in establishing to your child this thing, you will get amazed on how these little ones have become organized and have developed a sense of structure. Now let's move on to netiquette for our students. With the new normal in the education sector, there are some modifications for behavioral expectations from our learners. We will not require students to comply with the haircut and uniform policies. However, when they attend synchronous or live learning sessions, the students are expected to groom themselves well. Since barber shops and salons are still not safe places for our children, the students may just have their hair properly combed. Wear clothes that are simple yet presentable. While we will not require the students to wear the school uniform, they are required to wear decent clothes. Sleeveless, sando, and revealing shorts are not allowed. It is important for students to feel that they present themselves well as they go online with their classes. This also gives them a mindset of formality. Another thing that they have to work on is the use of their full name for video identification. Another is to ensure that there is an appropriate background for their video class to avoid distraction. Students must also be punctual. Students must be prepared at least 10 minutes before the online class begins. It is expected that the learning area of the student is equipped with the necessary materials and equipment to avoid waste of time. The students will have to use only one internet device unless authorized by the teacher. This is again to avoid distraction. Observe good manners while attending online classes. Students must refrain from eating. Distraction po sa online class kung may naririnig o nakikita ang ibang estudyante o ang guro ng kumakain na mag-aaral. Kaya't kailangan na nakakain na ang inyong anak bago pa ang online sessions. Remind your child that when somebody is speaking, he or she must listen and wait for his or her turn to speak. Students must use the chat box for lesson-related concerns only. Students should use the raise hand feature of the platform when there is a thing that needs to be said or shared to the group. Students must also keep the video on during the entire session so that the teacher can monitor both the students' behavior and participation. The students will also have to refrain from being absent. If absence during the synchronous sessions cannot be avoided, the parents may send an excuse letter to the teacher via email. Subject teachers will promptly notify the parents if their child has incurred 2 consecutive absences and/or has not submitted 2 successive outputs. If insubstantial reasons were given due to frequent tardiness, parents will also be notified. Online behavior infractions of students will be dealt with accordingly through formative measures in coordination with the parents. So this is all for now on these topics. Thank you so much. Let us work hand in hand so that your child and all of us included will be able to survive the challenges of the present situation and become stronger, more resilient, and more compassionate individuals.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching this part of the Parents Orientation series. If you have questions and clarifications, please feel free to drop your questions at the comment section below and we will try to attend to them as soon as we can. Thank you and God bless.